Hello, my dears. My name is Shara, and welcome to the video, or to the stream, rather. We're continuing on with some more the adventures of Momo Jagaimo, my little bean. We shall see, how far I get tonight. We are getting real close to the start of Heavensward. I don't think I'll reach it this stream, because there's a great deal of events that have to happen first. But we're getting there. I'm not sure how long the stream will be because I'm kind of tired, but we'll see. Okay, so where did I leave off? Why did I stay... Oh, never mind. Search for Tataru at the Arcanist Guild. Okay. Oh yeah, we were here to accept this. The least among us. Who better to serve the Scions of the Seventh Dawn than a humble scholar and his faithful assistant? For our next survey, I would have you escort me to Earth's Fount. The ambient ether concentrations there are so high that crystalline structures form spontaneously. Consequently, anomalous fluctuations should be much easier to detect. Brilliant, yes? No, don't bother answering. That was rhetorical. Now, come along. Nope. These ruins are so cool. I know I mention this like every time I fly past this area, but these ruins are so cool. They're also real big. But it is established that there are multiple civilizations that existed in the Twelveswood and crumbled over time. Yes, I know I can't go any higher, hush. You should be more than familiar with the procedure by now. Pray find a suitable position from which to keep watch while I take measurements. Sir, if you're a scholar, where's your summon? Yes, quite high, yet still markedly lower than the historical measurements taken near the end of the Sixth Astral Era. Could the presence of a primal account for the difference? Or is there something else? Something else? Sir, don't wander too far away, please. Something else. Scion! Scion, come here! I need you! We know that uniform, don't we? Oh no. Fear not, my friends! Help has arrived! A little late, unfortunately, for this person. There you are, Momo. Hori and I were worried when you and your charge failed to return at the appointed hour. Gutted like a hog. But not by one, no. These wounds are made with a blade. Doesn't look like you put up much of a fight, either. Nary a mark on his sword or his shield. I've heard nothing of any Crystal Brave operations in this area. What cause had Will Red to come here? What should we do? We will cease the scholar's protection, Momo. Aye, and the boy's remains. You should return to the Rising Stones. The antecedent will want to know what happened here. So do I. Remember how our buddy from the the group that helped us hunt Titan told us that Lil Red was missing? Yeah. I'm sorry, dude. You deserve so much better than this. Like, one thing we can say about Lil Red is that he always gave us that 110% at any given time. We spoke a few times in the Rising Stones. He wasn't as experienced as some of the others, but gods, he had passion. He was a good kid and he didn't deserve this. Gods, what a waste. Pray leave matters here to us, Momo. You must return to the Rising Stones and inform the Antecedent at once. I've never been this close to a oh gods. Well, let's go see what Tataru is up to. Oh. Okay, the Arcanist Guild. Oh wait, no. No, I don't. I automatically went for that. Kit, hello! Thank you for popping in. Taking advantage of the new 3 times combo. Oh, thank you, Kit. I appreciate you. We're here to see Tataru on her attempt at being an Arcanist. Arcanist, however you say it.
Momo? Well, what are you doing here? I didn't mean for her to worry. That's the last thing I wanted. Putting an end to such worries is precisely the reason I'm here, don't you see? I, Tataru, shall become a great and powerful Arcanist. And now at Mistress Thubgrain's behest, I must go and complete a special training exercise. Until we meet again.
I mean, let's be real. It is an attempt. She is going to try. I will say something. I will say, Tataru will give like almost anything a shot, and. I'm glad you're enjoying the emotes. I'm so pleased with them. Miles did such an amazing job. Okay, where? Thub-ear Gaim. Greetings, and welcome to the Arcanist Guild. Do you require assistance? So you are acquainted with our newest member? I'm sorry to be the bearer of bad news, but I fear young Tataru might not be ideally suited to the study of Arcanima. Nevertheless, she would not be denied and goes now to undertake her first trial, a simulated inspection of 3 crates. A simple task, some might say, but one all Arcanists are expected to complete. Oops, give me a sec, There we go. A thought occurs to me. Why not supervise Tataru's training? You're clearly an accomplished adventurer, and given your relationship with the girl, you seem an ideal person to have on hand. Her trial will be conducted at the cliffs south of the Zephyr Gate. You need only observe at a distance. That gal is actually, like, really... She's a very sweet guild leader. She's very encouraging. Exacting, but encouraging. Also, thank you for... I don't think I realized that gigantifying an emote takes bits, so for that, I appreciate it. Thank you. Oh boy. Boop. Sorry, I wanted to look at the sky. It's pretty.
Oh, Razor seas to pirate sport, where she met her shining jewel. For to bring the smuggler's pen to naught, came the lass whom none could fool. Beat him with a backdraft, got him with a gust, deck him with a downburst, go, caruncle, go! Are those crates I spy? Ah, and this must be the true test. But we're ready for them, aren't we, Carbuncle? Carbuncle?
Carby's getting the fuck out of Dodge.
Ah! Come back, Carbuncle, come back!
Jotaro, my beloved, they're level 1. Just right click. You might want to choose a different class.
I should have known you'd come, Momo. You needn't say a word. Your face says it all. I know you bore witness to my shame. Betrayed by my own carbuncle and left at the mercy of wild beasts. I must accept the truth. I'll never be a warrior like you or the others. I'll inform Mistress Thubirgrim of my intention to withdraw from the guild. Arcanima, like so much else, is beyond me.
It's just not the right class for you, baby. I promise there are other classes. You should become a black mage. I think you'd be good at it. Back so soon? How flared our fledgling arcanist?
Abysmally, Mistress Mistress. Abysmally, as Momo will testify. I was wrong to become an arcanist. Wrong as usual. I'm completely and utterly unqualified, and I sincerely apologize for wasting your time.
Totaro, if that were true, I would not have permitted you to join in the first place. We must all come to accept our limitations, lest our ambitions lead us astray. However, we must not lose sight of our strengths in the process. For example, your exceptional skill with numbers helped you gain a solid grasp of the fundamentals of Arcanima. Were it not so, you wouldn't have struggled to even summon Carbuncle to your side. In my opinion, the Scions are truly fortunate to have such a capable and good-natured receptionist in their service. Would you not agree?
You're too kind, mistress. Though I could not overcome this challenge, I shall take your words to heart and try not to be discouraged.
How do we use the ladder? Very carefully. How do we carry the books? Good question. When you're a potato, everything has to be done very carefully. Especially because some of those books are us-sized. Ancient ways, timeless wants. Tatara is considering her next course of action and how you might aid her in it.
As fetching as these garments are, I fear I should never don them again. But I can't go back to the Rising Stones without something to show for my time away. Wait, I know what I can do. That is, if you don't mind accompanying me for a little longer. Wonderful! Then to Costa del Sol we'll go. It's a bit of a gamble, but I'm confident it'll pay off.
But I hope you're having a good night, Acer. Oh shoot, Acer, you weren't in the Wednesday stream. I have no emotes. If you follow me, you should be able to try them out. I've got 4 new ones. 5 new ones, technically. But the one of them is behind whatchamacallit. A subscription. But yeah, let me see. Yeah, so there's also, this one, yeah, there you go. Let's see, I think we're missing one. Let's see. We've got, oh yeah, this one. Yeah, I had Miles do them for me. So he did an excellent job and I love them. Also, look at Tataru in her swimsuit. Oops.
Yes, this is it. This is where the man at the Drowning Wench told me to go look. There's a certain variety of clam which can be harvested this time of year on the Bloodshore, one which produces the most marvelous pearls. However, these clams are also coveted by certain wild creatures, and since I fared rather poorly in battle last time, let us be off.
One guarantee that we have with Tataru is that no matter what she's doing or where she's going, she's gonna be stylish.
What fortune! I've already found one. Would you be so kind as to keep watch while I work? This should only take a moment. Open up, you little... This is proving more difficult than I thought.
All the dabs. Morgar? Where are you? Oh, you're over there. Hello. You're a big guy, huh? Hello, Weebin. My sleepy ass. Whoa, this sounds like a Final Fantasy wait.
Well fought, Momo. Well fought. I knew I was right to ask you to come. As for me, I have my prize, a bounty of blood pearls. So named for their reddish hue, they were treasured as wards against dark magics in ancient times. I thought I might make charms for everyone, so that no matter where they go, they'll always come home. It's sort of the power to defend myself and other people, in a way. Right. Well, I mustn't keep Philemon waiting. There's work to be done, and lots of it. We're to secure provisions for the scions of the Leminson markets. She may have an eye for quality, but I have a nose for bargains. Will you be headed back to the Rising Stones? If so, pray convey my apologies to the antecedent and tell her that she needn't worry about me. Farewell, Momo, and thank you for everything. That sounded rather final, didn't it? How about until we meet again?
She's so cute. I love Tataru so much. Well, we have one neutral or slightly happy thing to bring back to Minfilia, and one very upsetting thing. Sorry, I was poking at a thing. Okay. I feel reptiles are more dangerous for someone 2 feet tall. Yeah, I was gonna say, I think you are correct. No one's in here. Minfilia, I have good news and I have bad news. Well, let's start with the good news. Momo, you returned, and you seem troubled. Oh, never mind, this is actually the bad news. Did the role of escort chafe so? Wilbert dead? Mayhap murdered? By the 12, how can that be? I will send word to Alphino at once. He will want to conduct a full investigation and send word to Wilbert's family. Gods, he was just a boy. Who would do this? And why? Welcome home, Momo. I gather you found Tataru and Limsa. My, it sounds like she had quite an adventure. And while it did not end as she had hoped, I suspect that it'll prove to be a valuable experience. I dare say she could have managed without our intervention. Even so, I appreciate you indulging my request. A time to every purpose. While others look forward to the impending royal banquet, Minfilia cannot help but look to the past. Though recent events weigh heavily on our minds, we must needs set them aside for now. We are coming to a defining moment in Eorzean history. The grand commemoration of our joint defense of Ishgard, the first time in 15 long years that our people has stood side by side with our neighbors to the north to fight in common cause. This may mark the true rebirth of the my goodness, I can't speak. This may mark the true rebirth of the Eorzean Alliance. Failing that, it should at the very least serve to bring our nations closer together. We have every reason to raise our voices in celebration, do we not? We have bested Dravanians and Asians both. Against desperate odds, we have fought and won. But the Primals still plague us, and the Empire still plots our subjugation. And our triumphs, remarkable though they are, were bought at a terrible price. Brave adventurers and allies, broken on the steps of faith, and before our eyes, in this very room, our dear friend Moonbreda. This is the victory we have wrought, and it is as bitter ashes in my mouth. I would sooner stay here and invite those with more appetite to enjoy the feast in my stead. Alas, it is a royal banquet and all of our allies will be in attendance. It is our duty to present a united front, that we may serve as a beacon of hope to all. It seems I have no choice but to take my own advice. I instructed the others to meet us at an Ul'dah, that we might make our grand entrance together. Unfortunately, I had to settle for leaving Tataru and Lamin a note. If they do not return quickly, they will have to settle for whatever leftovers I can smuggle out of the fragrant chamber. Wait. Oh no. Is that gonna happen this stream? After the big soiree, Momo? Raise a glass for me, huh? Or not. You don't look best pleased, lass. Something's on your mind. The fragrant chamber sounds either fun or I need an adult. By the Navigator, Wilred's dead? Gods damn it! They must know they've been rumbled. I mean, sod it. 'Tis past time we had this talk. After our last conversation, I got to thinking about where certain funds were coming from, so I had to dig around, on the quiet like, and sure enough, I found it. Seems a fair bit of coins made its way into the Braves' coffers, courtesy of a Dodo Consortium. A daft name for a business, if I ever heard one, which is what first gave me an inkling that something weren't right. I wish I could do accents. Like, I really do wish I could do accents, but I really can't, because he does deserve one, doesn't he? I feel like I definitely do think an Australian accent would work for him, or like a Cockney. So I went through the ledgers again and found another half-dozen donations from organizations with stupid bloody names. Didn't take long to find the common thread. All were owned by the Mirage Trust. Oh, and I'll give the bastard credit. He showed us up for the amateurs we are. Short of calling one of his businesses the bloody bribery consortium, I don't know what more he could have done to mock our rules on financial contributions. The gods only know how many men of the first and third are taking Telegi's coin. But now we know as some of them are. I'd wager me right eye they're the ones what did for Wilred. The earnest young fool had taken to asking the wrong kind of questions. Bound to attract attention, he was. Should have seen it at the time, but I didn't. Gods damn me. Still, I don't see what Telegi hopes to accomplish. He hid his scheme with all the care of a drunk pissing into the wind. No, he's cleverer than this. So we need to be clever too. That's the only way we'll ever repay this debt of blood. We'll purge every one of them traitorous bastards from our ranks. On that you have me word. And Momo? Mind yourself in old Da. We're heading into a storm. I can smell it. The kind will sweep a man overboard and drag him under before he knows it. No, it doesn't look like anyone's here to speak with. I thought we had a little ways to go before this, but if this cutscene, if this series of events is about to kick off, what is that? Oh, samurai. If this is the series of events that I'm thinking of is about to start, get fucking ready. If I did not know better, I should think our bard had run afoul of another jilted lover. Is that... no, just my imagination. Oh, pay no attention to me. 'Tis a habit from my misspent youth, looking over my shoulder from time to time. I do hope Ida is not under the impression that we are here to make merry. We're ostensibly the antecedents' escort, after all.
It's a banquet, so there'll definitely be food. But will there also be dancing? And if there is, will it be before or after the food? Dancing on a full stomach is no fun, but neither is being hungry. What to do?
We've been waiting for you, Momo. The celebration is due to begin shortly. I'd hoped that we may make our introductions together, but Mistress Omamori just sent word that you were needed at the quicksand. Come, but not gone. A hero must go wherever she's needed, and according to Minfilia, you are needed elsewhere.
We'll go on ahead, Momo. Pray join us once matters at the quicksand are resolved.
Give my regards to Momodi, and let her know that I will call upon her anon. I appreciate you dropping in on such short notice, Momo. I know you've got places to be, so I won't waste your time. You're friends with the Crystal Brave by the name of Alian, aren't you? Former adventurer? Come to think of it, I'm pretty sure you recruited her yourself. Well, anyway, she came round for a meal not long ago, and before she left, she asked me to give you a message. Said that if the others ended up dragging you to the feast, I was to see you got it before I made your grand entrance. Meet me at the station west of the Coffer and Coffin. There's something I must show you. A short message, I'll grant you, but she thought long and hard before picking those words. Barely touched her food, too. Under other circumstances, I would have thought those signs of a troubled heart, but something tells me she ain't planning to ask your thoughts on a gentleman caller. As you stand upon the platform, your thoughts begin to wander, and all too soon the ghosts of comrades lost and enemies slain begin to file by your mind's eye in solemn procession. Clearing your head, you scan the horizon, but see no sign of Alian. Straining your ears to listen, you hear the chatterky kern and the buzzing of syrphids, but no approaching footfall. Sighing, you bow your head, only to notice the vial lying at your feet. Momo, is that you? What brings you out this way? Lieutenant Alian? Why, no, I haven't seen her around. Or about. Had she come this way, I guarantee we would have crossed paths. I must have passed this spot a dozen times. We're to patrol the city's environs on account of the royal banquet. Captain's orders, you understand. Speaking of which, isn't it about to begin? You should be with the other honored guests, enjoying your well-deserved respite. Aye. Pray return to Ul'dah, Momo. If I chance to meet the lieutenant, I'll tell her you were here. Because it was sus.
O Sultan Tree, hallowed spirit of my line. Through my weakness, the glorious house of Ul has all but disappeared beneath the sands. For want of the strength to raise it up again, it were better that it fall.
No worries, Acer.
Forgive me, but I know not what else to do.
Actually, why don't I just... Not sure if you remember this, but Laurentius was the dude from the Shroud who we found betraying people to the Garleans for money. Keep that in mind. I reckon you'd head straight to the feast after meeting with Alian. What's the matter? No appetite? Clouded vial. This tiny glass container appears to have been used before, but to contain what, pray tell? He is a little bit of a butt. So she wasn't there, but this was, huh? Let's see. Looks to me like an alchemist vial, but beyond that I can't say. It might be best if you would all hold on to it for safekeeping, though. Any road. No use worrying about Alian. I'm sure she'll turn up before too long. And when she does, we'll find out what this all was in aid of. Besides, you've got more important things to think about. The parting glass. Judging by Momodi's grin, your star could not rise any higher. Would you believe that, while you were away, another message arrived for you? Well, one did. One delivered by the Sultana's handmaiden, no less. Seems her grace desires a private audience. Her handmaiden will meet you on the royal promenade and escort you to the Sultana's chambers. So, what are you waiting for? Go on then, go!
You needn't trouble yourself so. Your Grace is most kind, but it is no trouble to me, rather an honor. If your Grace is ready, I shall summon the Warrior of Light. I am.
I mean, Mini is a Final Fantasy spell, so that's a funny idea.
Everyone looks to be in high spirits.
With good cause.
A common victory may serve to unite even the most unlikely of allies. You've brought us one step closer to a united Eorzea.
Your modesty knows no bounds, Antecedent. Were it not for your efforts, Sir Emmerich would never have become such a steadfast ally. When he convinces his countrymen to rejoin the Alliance, we shall all reap the benefits, military and economic. I tell you, we are on the cusp of a new era of unity and prosperity. Territorial disputes are all that divide us now, but I have faith that we will find an amicable solution in time. And failing that, I'll have my trusty Warrior of Light box the ears of all concerned. Speaking of whom...
She will be joining us shortly. A matter at the quicksand required her attention, but it did not sound serious.
Well, if I am to meet with, Actually, let me just go ahead. Do I have any fancy gear? I don't have anything quite fancy. I also think this is... I don't know. We'll stick with what we're wearing for now. The Sultana has seen us in worse. Thank you for coming, madam. Her Grace is most eager to speak with you. If you require a moment to compose yourself before your audience, you may have it. Or if you are ready, it would be my honor to escort you to Her Grace's chambers forthwith. And here it is. Upon proceeding to the Sultana's bedchamber, several cutscenes will play in sequence. It is recommended you set aside sufficient time to view these scenes in their entirety. Let's do the thing! How much of this will have voice acting?
enter. Your Grace, your guest has arrived. Pray, come in, and take your ease.
Hi, I'm a potato. You're also a potato.
"'Tis well that the steps of faith held against the Horde.
And what of the city proper?
We sustained some few losses, but the heart of our nation yet beats with vigor. I am not certain I could say the same had we not received your most generous aid.
An attack on Ishgard is an attack on the realm. We stand together or fall divided.
Such noble words after the fact.
I had hoped to speak in the presence of her grace, but it seems she has been delayed. That being the case, now would seem as good a time as any. Honored friends, pray allow me to convey Ishgard's warmest gratitude for your part in the defense of our lands. "'Tis upon the success of this very alliance that my recommendation to throw open the gates of judgment shall be founded. With the blessing of the Archbishop, it is my hope that Ishgard will soon be reunited with her long-estranged sister nations, and that Eorzea shall once more be as one."
Very well.
Is aught amiss?
Nothing to worry about. I shall return anon.
Don't split the party.
You wished a word, Yu Hase?
You may go. Your Grace.
When does Benoit Blanc come in?
You must be curious as to the reason for this private audience.
She said, accidentally hit the button. The matter I want to discuss requires complete discretion.
I intend to abdicate the throne and dissolve the monarchy. You have seen for yourself the storm of turmoil that howls through our streets. The government fails in its responsibilities, and my subjects suffer the consequences of our incompetence. But I will see them suffer no longer. The victory feast shall provide the stage on which I declare the dissolution of the Sultanate. 'Tis mine intent that the ruling class of our golden city should take its place beside the common man in a fair and equitable republic. No more shall this nation bow to the whims of a privileged few. Yet, That which I propose will entail the tearing up of this city's very foundations. And even Roban, with all his strength and influence, will be hard-pressed to keep his footing on such treacherous ground.
Yep, it is sure gonna piss a lot of people off.
Thus would I ask you to lend him a steadying hand. You who have endured the wrath of innumerable foes are the one hero in whom I can place my trust. Will you do this thing for me?
Sorry, there will be a reason shortly why I laughed.
I am truly grateful. More grateful than I can well express. Much of my dread for the coming days has been quieted.
How convenient for you to be here, Teleji.
Your Grace! Her Grace, the Sultana, is dead. Poison in her wine? You did this!
Yeah, you called it, Acer.
Spare us your denials! I see no other suspects, and the room has but the one entrance. I hereby accuse you of regicide. Men, arrest this viper.
I mean, I could literally kill them in one swing, but okay. Yeah, it's not an uncommon trope.
Sir, barring a few exceptions, we have detained all those with allegiance to the Scions. The Rising Stones is also under our control.
You give Lollifals a bad name. You and fucking Teleji. You're going patat.
And what do you hope to achieve with this mutiny?
Why, that which we have striven for all along, Commander. The salvation of Eorzea.
Yes, corner the 15-year-old. Who doesn't even have a class at this point in time. He's a non-combatant.
What is the meaning of this?
Okay, now some Bahamut. Don't tempt me.
Knights from the homeland. This cannot bode well.
Lord Commander, we have received an urgent message from the Holy See. I am grieved to report that your serpentine foes have resumed their assault. Needless to say, your presence is urgently required. These knights have come to bear you swiftly home to Ishgard.
A surprise attack?
We've had no such word from our men, and the timing is most fortuitous to catch us away from the city.
Most fortuitous indeed.
Lord Commander, we must away.
You have been a most gracious host. I hope that I might one day return the favor. Come, Lucia.
Everything everywhere is all sus. Yep.
Whatever is going on in there? Ah, the ever-dutiful brass blades. I must apologize, but my dance card is rather full. Another time, perhaps?
Thancred, of the Scions of the Seventh Dawn. You stand accused of committing acts of espionage in service to the Garlean Empire.
Espionage? What in the seven hells are you talking about?
Oh, a dance card actually did used to be a real thing in many cultures, specifically Western cultures. You would, when dances, it would usually be women would have a dance card that they allowed dudes to sign up for and to sort of use to dance with them. It's a legit thing. It's fallen out of favor. It was more of a 1800s and earlier type thing. So it's not really a modern thing anymore.
Ah, if you're referring to that business with the Ultima weapon, then you must understand, I wasn't myself.
Under interrogation, an Imperial prisoner revealed your involvement in numerous dealings with the enemy. We've also been investigating reports that you are a practitioner of forbidden arts. You'd best come along with us.
You invite me to your party and now you want me to leave? I do so detest receiving mixed signals. Come then. I believe I've lost my appetite for this farce of a celebration.
You go too far, Lord Adeleji. By what right do you march armed soldiers into a royal banquet and eject state visitors without her grace's consent? You treat the brass blades as your personal army and show contempt for the throne with your every act. Leave us, now.
Is that an order, General? Mayhap you have mistaken me for one of your flames. You will find I am not so slavishly obedient. As you lecture me on personal armies.
Forbidden arts in Final Fantasy games are like using Phoenix Downs on plot-killed characters. Yeah, that's legit.
As for your outrageous claim that I have shown contempt for the throne, let all here observe that it was not I who feasted while an assassin removed its occupant. I expect this is your idea of defending the nation, is it? This and diluting our forces through these distractions in Cartano and Kurthus. I do begin to see how the ranks of the immortal flames came to be riddled with Garlean sympathizers. You are plainly unfit for command.
Wait, goddamn you. Your words make no sense. What assassin?
You mean to say you don't know? We caught the vaunted champion of the Scions in her Grace's private chambers, not moments after the deed was done.
No! No, this cannot be!
Save your breath. You will need it to plead your case. You and your entire order are to be tried for this atrocity.
Yeah, turns out, you know, political upheaval. A lot of
Bring
events
in the
this,
prisoner!
A lot of events in this game have parallels to real life. It's, you know, politics and shit.
This woman stands accused of poisoning Her Royal Majesty Nanamu ul Namo and is suspected accessories to the crime. All members of the Scions of the Seventh Dawn will be detained for questioning.
How dare you throw down the patat?
This is madness!
What a pity. Who'd have thought your tale would end like this?
Should you demand further proof, a vial with traces of the substance used to poison her grace was found upon the assassin's person.
You remember that vial Momodi told us to keep? Momodi didn't know that that would be a bad suggestion. Oh look, Laurentius.
How very convenient.
You would speak of convenience? Who persuaded her grace to host this celebration? A diversion which presented you and your confederates ample opportunity to commit the crime, and a crowd within which to fade from view. A more convenient occasion I could scarcely imagine.
Yep, they did use our curiosity against us.
How dare you! After all we have done for Uldar!
Hold your tongue, witch! I'll not be ensorcelled! I know all about the dark gift that you and your disciples wield. Oh, yes. I've observed how you worked upon the minds of the Alliance leaders, bending them to your will. And what of your cordial relationship with Sir Emmerich? For years, Ishgard abjured all contact with the outside world, and now the Lord Commander of the Temple Knights treats you with the familiarity of a childhood friend. I'll tell you what I think. I think this desperate defense of Ishgard was but a ruse to deceive us into dividing our forces. Your next move will be to charm your Kurthan allies into invading our lands. Now that is truly ridiculous.
How do you even think of this stuff?
She cannot be dead. Stand aside, Ilbert. I want to see the Sultana.
Spare yourself the pain, brother. I saw her with my own eyes. For a mercy, the poison took her swiftly. Her handmaiden can attest to that.
Bitch, you weren't in the fucking room.
This cannot be. Nanamo. No!
Robon literally raised her. After she was 5 years old, he raised that girl. Nanamo was as much Robon's daughter as his actual son. He has a son, BT Dubs.
Plainly, the Royalists can no longer be relied upon to keep our nation safe. And so it falls to the monitorists of the Syndicate to govern Uldar. But should you wish to help us, General, we would be more than happy to entrust the task of planning Her Grace's funeral to you. It seems only right that you should bury your precious Sultana, and we will be glad to be rid of that burden.
You fucked up.
I'll bet you will. You more than any man.
Whatever do you mean?
I mean you had her killed, you black-hearted bastard!
What rot! Though I did have sufficient motive, 'tis true. That young lady caused me no end of grief. She always was a most unwilling puppet. I dare say her grace was grateful that someone thought to cut her strings.
You fucked up.
You would mock her, then mock her from hell!
What?
Have you lost your mind, General? It is forbidden to draw steel in the royal chambers, much less slaughter our fellow syndicate members. You're one of them. You've been in league with the Scions all along.
You're next, you scheming bastard!
So do you remember how Nanamo asked me to lend Raban a hand?
Oh, Raban!
7 hells!
Admiral, we must leave.
Ah!
How unlike you, old friend. I did not expect to take your arm so easily.
Take the Scions into custody. They have conspired to commit regicide. And arrest this traitor as well.
You are giving Lolafels a bad name.
Ilbert, I hope you choke on their coin.
'Tis better than the dirt I've supped on these long years. We can't all abandon Alamigo and become great war heroes as you have. You are not the man you once were, Raban. Since that girl strapped the yoke around your neck, you've become docile. She took the mad bull and cut off his balls, and a bull that cannot rot is fit for naught but slaughter.
For real, stop insulting Nanamo.
Shall I tell you who really killed your precious Sultana? It was me.
You die! I never doubted you, not for a moment. But there is more to this than I yet understand.
Okay, we're going to have to pause this for a sec because I have an ad coming and I can't postpone it anymore. So I have to run this, but I'm not going to go any further in the story. So I'll be back with you in 3 minutes. I'm gonna be real, I mostly wanted to get to a point where there was background music before I could pause. Alright, guys. Let's keep going.
Flee this place. Clear your names. Find out who is behind this plot. It is the only way. Now go!
Ah, there you are.
Thancred, where have you been?
Avoiding the fumbling advances of some very persistent admirers. When I realized the celebrations had turned sour, it seemed prudent to slip away and take stock of the situation. 'Twould appear that much of the city is already under tight guard. It occurs to me that expanding the Brass Blade's authority may not have been such a wonderful idea after all.
The success of this plan was contingent upon those thugs having the run of the place. Just how long has this scheme been in motion?
The careful preparations, the maneuvering of forces. I am inclined to agree with the General's insistence that a deeper plot exists here.
Hey y'all, you haven't run
So,
very far.
Would I be right in thinking we now have an excuse to pummel as many brass blades as we like?
Unless you plan on pummeling them all, I'm not sure that will greatly aid our cause.
The Sultana's assassination was but one part of the scheme. We too were its targets. And though we did not share poor Nanamo's fate, we are yet hobbled by the charges laid at our door. Where now might we seek refuge?
Where indeed, we may safely assume that our foe is thought to have the Rising Stones watched.
Forgive me for stating the obvious, but our choice of destination will matter little if we cannot secure an escape route out of Ul'dah. Happily, I believe I can provide one. Papashan once told me about the passages hidden in the walls of the palace. If I recall correctly, the fireplace in Nanamo's chambers conceals the entrance to a tunnel. It should lead outside the city and allow us to avoid any messy confrontations.
I was gonna say, guys, our respite has run out.
The rest of you go on ahead. I'll handle this lot.
By yourself? I suppose I shall just have to join you.
Crystal Braves too, huh? Now this should be interesting.
Ida! Papalimo!
We will hold our pursuers here. Hurry, now! Find this tunnel of Thancreds.
I'm making some fun realizations here that make me really
Minfilia,
sad.
we cannot linger.
So fun fact, this whole sequence of events as happened so far and will continue shortly almost made me stop playing this game because I was so upset.
Ah! Now look what you've done.
Ida, are you all right? There are just too many of them.
I'm fine. I could do this all day. How about you?
Nearing the end of my tether.
No worries.
This is so stupid. We're the scions of the Seventh Dawn. The ones who stand between this realm and the evil that's trying to destroy it.
And if you think we'll leave the stewardship of Eorzea to the likes of your masters, then you're sorely mistaken.
Yeah, no, FF9 vibes for sure.
Sorry I dragged you into this, Papalimo.
'Tis hardly the first time, and I'll be damned if it will be the last.
Hyper beam!
Let them have it, Ida!
I was hoping you'd say that.
Limit break. That never happened in WoW when I told someone to fort me.
I never knew such a watercourse existed beneath Uldar.
The architecture is of the Sildine style, if I'm not mistaken. The ancients plainly foresaw the need for a ready means of escape.
This way!
Well, that didn't take long. It seems these tunnels were not as secret as I'd hoped.
You two, go on ahead. Thancred and I will deal with this.
What do you mean to do?
Only that which is required to ensure that the dawn's light survive to brighten the morrow.
Fear not, antecedent. You haven't seen the last of these fair features.
My friends.
Oh no, a quest to
Leave
kill
us.
10 rats. This is the last time you'll see Stola with this color skin. They keep bleaching her.
What is the plan, milady? Shall I take the dozen on the left and you the dozen on the right? The odds are not exactly stacked in our favor.
Numbers will count for little when I bring the tunnel down upon their heads. Though I cannot say I relish the thought of being entombed with you for all eternity.
You wound me. I will have you know that many a maid would kill for the chance to spend forever at my side. Now, may I have the last dance?
Y'all get any of that limit break?
Well, this is going splendidly. Now would be a good time, milady!
'Tis done.
Boromir time.
Forgive me, Mitra.
Mitra's her sister, BT dubs.
Farewell, Nymphelia.
Hydaelyn, she speaks to me. No.
Okay, but they could have made their saving throws.
I must remain behind, but you cannot stay with me. Please, you must go on. You are the warrior of light. You are hope for the Scions and for all the realm. As long as you must escape and save Eorzea from those who would plunge it into darkness. Tis the only way.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to click that I only clicked the mouse once, but it went twice. Patat must endure. Well, we know who this is, because who else wears these dumbass leggings?
I am glad to see you safe, my friend. What of the others? Damn that man! Taleji played me for a fool! I thought the Crystal Brave's mine till the very moment I felt the blade at my back.
There will be ample time for soul-searching later. For now, we must put some arms between us and Ul'dah.
Say hello to one of my favorite side characters in this entire game. Yeah, it's a little complicated.
Well, would you look who it is? Need a ride? I doubt it'll be half as exciting as the last trip we took. Not if I have anything to say about it anyway.
You know, I don't actually remember if it's, okay, so, if this fella, if you remember, gave us a ride into Gridania at the beginning of the game. I honestly don't know if he's the same character who gives you a ride at this point in the game every time, or if the brother you see here depends specifically upon what city you chose at the start of the game. I honestly don't know.
Let's not dawdle, eh? All aboard!
Get on the damn thing, Momo. Okay, Sid. Speaking of Sid, I think he's still near Mordona. You'll learn about him shortly.
I was stocking up on supplies over in Vesper Bay, you see, when your sister come up and begged a favour. Said her brother was having some trouble down in Ul'dah, and likely needed a helping hand getting away.
Thanks, Alizé.
Thinking them ruins would make a fine hiding place, I decided to try there first. And lo and behold, there you were. Aye, and judging by them soldiers as were pouring out of the city, I arrived not a moment too soon. Ha! Must have been fate that we happened to find you there, though, eh?
I had thought to look out for Alizé, but would appear she was the one watching over me. I've made such a mess of things.
Who might you be, young sir?
Pippin Taropin, Vice Marshal of the Immortal Flames. I had been on the Alamegan front these past few moons, but an urgent communication called me back to Ul'dah. Scarce had my boots touched the cobbles, though, when the streets erupted with cries of assassination. I immediately went in search of answers, and came across Master Alfino here. Needless to say, I did not think his imprisonment justified.
I know, genuinely, Pippin is one of my fucking favorite side characters. I love him so much.
The blame plainly lies with the Monitarists. Their greed and corruption are well known to me, but for them to take advantage of the situation with such alacrity...
You're not wrong. He is very serious.
Was that Pippin, you said? Ain't that the name of General Alden's lad?
Yes, this is Raubon's son, BT Dubs.
Yes, I am his son. Adopted, of course. 'Twas only as we were leaving Ul'dah that I learned of father's fate. Once I have seen you a safe distance away, I mean to return to the city and extricate him from this madness.
Then you needn't travel no further than Blackbrush. Our fugitives have a friend waiting for them there.
I dreamed of bringing about Eorzea's salvation, but in the end, 'twas I who needed saving.
Sorry, Alphino. That's, hubris is one hell of a drug. And to be fair, you were doing it out of the goodness of your heart, but you also had a great deal of pride, which, you know, comes before the fall. Them soldiers will keep searching for a while yet. Reckon we'll take the carriage back towards Ul'dah and get a lay of the land. Maybe provide a distraction if need be. You three right here. Help will be along shortly. Stay strong, friend. The real fight's to come. Alright, let's go. He's got long white hair and an FF game. He's got to be dripping with angst. Yep. I mean, to be fair, almost every single one of the... If you recall, almost every single one of the Scions has light or white hair. How could I have been so blind? The most unassuming folk can prove to be our greatest allies. That fellow was but a passing merchant, yet he lent us aid without a moment's hesitation, or any hint of concern for his own safety. Scions more like Sephiroth. They're just remnants. Though I can well imagine how a man could feel inspired to risk all in your presence. Father spoke often of you, Momo, and long have I looked forward to our first meeting. Needless to say, this is not at all how I envisioned it. See, he's got the horns like his dad! Master Alphino, you must not give in to despair. That would only play into our enemy's hands. So long as you and Momo are free, we may still set things right. Forgive me, Marshal Terrapin, but Alphino, my boy, sorry to keep you waiting. I need Pippin so angry he ran someone with his horns. That would be so cute. Also, speak of the devil. Sid? What are you doing here? He's at crotch height. Yeah, no, he could do some serious damage. Pulling you out of the fire, as usual. Your merchant friend told me everything. Truly? Then he is no merchant, but an angel in peddler's clothing. But tell us, how do you intend to bear our friends to safety? I hid the Enterprise, but a short distance away. All I need is a destination. We must find a place beyond the reach of both the Monitarists and the Crystal Braves. Kurthus. Ishgard will not suffer the intrusion of foreign forces in their territory. That settles it. With me, everyone! Not I fear. I must remain here. I dare not abandon Ul'dah to the Monitarists and their cronies. You may be certain that they will seek to defame you, both here and in the other city-states, but know that I shall do my utmost to thwart their every effort. Frankly, I do not expect it to be much of a challenge. The small folk will not turn so easily on the Warrior of Light and her allies, no matter what the Monitors claim. Marshal Terrapin, I know not what to say. Ha! Now that father would labor to believe. But enough talk. You must go, Master Alphino. Your airship awaits. Hey, Narukon! Guess what event we just did? The beginning, an event that gives our character, that canonically gives our character PTSD. Up, up! There's no rest for the righteous. Let's just say we are about to actually begin Heavensward. We should make for Camp Dragonhead and speak with Lord Horshaphant. Mayhap he will know what to do. We're also about to switch voice actors for Alphino. Hey, Horshaphant! Help! Master Alphino told me your tale, Momo. It warms my heart that you should turn to me before all others, and I shall endeavor to deserve your trust. Alas, the situation here has grown more complicated in your absence. It would be best if I explained it in full. Welcome back! No worries, Narukon. I didn't realize that it was going to happen this stream. I thought it was happening next stream. So I was taken a little aback. But yes, that whole thing happened. Before the dawn. In times of trouble, there are few things more precious than unconditional support. Also, welcome back, Acer.
There has been word from the capital. Ishgard has weathered another assault, and 'tis said several wyverns broke through into the city proper. The temple knights succeeded in slaying the beasts, but the intrusion prompted orders to further strengthen the guard, and to place the city under a perpetual state of alert.
Oh yeah, Narukon, I have a handful of new emotes if you want to try them out.
How keenly we feel the loss of our wards at the gates of judgment. Yet we must not bemoan our misfortune. Sir Emmerich is safely returned from Ul'dah, and once more leads the defense of Ishgard. As for the matter of your asylum, I am afraid no progress will be made until the threat to our nation is diminished. But do not despair. You are not without allies. You are more than welcome to shelter here for as long as you wish. Pray, think of it as a new headquarters of sorts. The Falling Snows, or some such.
You little shit.
All frivolity aside, any who come here in search of you will receive no aid from House Forton. For once, the Ishgardian reputation for inhospitality shall work in our favor.
I mean, they were definitely doing squats in the corner with their shirts off, so...
Agents of Uldar will find their every inquiry dismissed, and their every request for entry rebuffed, until such time as their masters have acknowledged your innocence. You once fought to preserve the honor of my dear friend. 'Tis a blessing that I may now repay that debt in kind. But let us dwell no more on this. Pray, join the rest of your companions. 'Tis bitterly cold this day. I suspect there are those who might welcome the warmth your presence brings.
The intercessory awaits, Momo. Pray do not keep your companions in suspense. I am certain their hearts will soar at the sight of you. Come on, son boy. Who managed to escape? And what of those who did not? Kinda warm potat. Not quite roasted, but a little on the warm side. Greetings, madam. Shall I show you inside? Oh, here we go. More cutscenes. Let me see.
Alphino? Momo? Is it really you? I'm so happy that you are. I tried contacting Mivelia and the others, but no one would respond. And then Crystal Braves, our own people, turned on us in the marketplace. Philemon told me to run, and so I did. I ran and ran till my lungs burned and my feet ached, but I lost my way, and then...
Fortunately, I'd observed some of the Braves behaving suspiciously beforehand. You finally get to see Yukari without her mask. Ah, yes, my mask. It was lost in the struggle.
Pretty, isn't she? Anyway, after Yugadi found me, we traveled to Vesper Bay and met up with Orion J. When we told him what had happened, he used his magics to weave a glamour around the waking sands. From the outside, our old headquarters now looks like an abandoned storehouse. The transformation didn't take long either. Apparently, Uriel J started making preparations after the Imperial attack just in case the Empire ever chose to pay us another visit. Good thinking, huh? Sorry, where was I? Oh, yes, so we waited there at the Waking Sands, hoping others would come, but no one else did.
My people are searching for the other scions even as we speak, but we have met with no success as of yet. I'd hope that you might be able to suggest further places to look. Ah, but you should know, the Rising Stones did not share the Waking Sands' good fortune. Only Crystal Braves await you there. Yeah, I was gonna say, and the introduction for a new race at this point. So that you know, Yukari is an Aura, or Auri? Auri, I think, is the... I forget. Either way, they were introduced starring in Heavensward, and you could only make one as a player character if you bought Heavensward, which is the first expansion. Yeah, she does have a tail. Be that as it may, we have yet cause to hope, do we not? If the two of you escaped, it's not impossible that the others could have done so as well. Excuse me, sorry. You may have been forsaken by men and women believed true, but rest assured that the people of Doma yet stand with you. We welcome this opportunity to repay our debts, and shall continue our efforts to locate others and see the Scions restored to their rightful place of honor.
'Tis all my doing. I believed myself the only one who truly understood Eosia's woes, and look what that arrogance has wrought. I gave commands, influenced governments with my certainty. I treated the Crystal Braves and even the Scions themselves as pawns in my great scheme to save the realm. But in my headlong rush into imagined glory, I paid no heed to the ground upon which I trod. The salvation of Eorzea. What was it that I hoped to achieve? Did I believe that I could rid the realm of every danger and difficulty? That I could defeat the Empire and the Ascians, and find homes for every refugee? Oh, yes. I was so very clever. Become a guardian of Eorzea, I implored, and sat back to watch my perfect army cleanse the land of chaos.
I mean, to be fair, you're just a teenager.
'Twas all but a means to feed my own vanity. Only when all is lost do I finally realize the truth.
Oh, Alfino.
So, Master Alfino, are you content to remain a broken blade? Is there no flame hot enough to reforge you? What of the fine companions who yet stand at your side? I dare say the fires of their determination will soon have you slicing the air again with your customary wit.
It is definitely a harsh lesson. And this is also genuinely more self-reflective and self-aware than can really be expected from a teenage boy. This is like as if Ezra from Dragon Prince was written well.
I hardly deserve such friendship. And besides, where are we to go?
Alfino, if I may? Should this place not serve our purpose, then we shall go to Ishgard. Minfilia told me many times, as long as we stand fast against despair, the beacon of hope will never be lost to sight. Be it in the snow or in the clouds, we few will see that the dawn's light shines again.
You are right, Tataru. Thank you. And thank you for your kind words, Lord Orchefon. 'Tis true that Eorzea yet has her guardians.
Cheer up, I'm a potato.
The Scions have achieved much, and 'twould be remiss of me to discard it all in a fit of self-pity. Let us then resume our journey, together, one step at a time.
So yes, this is the true ending of A Realm Reborn. The base game ended a while ago, but this is the missions that truly end this. Would you prefer that I let this run, or would you prefer that I skip it? I'm up for whatever you folks would prefer. Yes, Sam Riegel. Very much so. Okie doke. Have a good shower, Acer. Fucking Organization 13. Oh. I'm not sure. My dilemma is also the fact that this is still one of my favorite Final Fantasy songs. And it's this transition from ballad to rock, to like standard ballad to rock ballad is hard. Thank you, crafting and gathering people, planners. You made my life a lot better. And somehow worse at the same time. Okay. It was really the only song I was waiting to be done. I am not dealing with the rest of the credits.
All has been arranged as you desired, my lord.
Are you about to break the fourth wall, sir? Nabrialis is no more. The ardor was not his to invoke. His demise was of his own making. Why is he here to suffer? Nevertheless, it concerns me. They have extinguished that which should rightly be eternal. Mayhap he was not wholly mistaken. Greater haste may be warranted.
We are of one mind.
The northern lands, then?
The earth is fertile, and the seeds well sown. By my will they shall reap salvation unlike any the world has known.
By his will. By his will. I have answered thy summons, emissary. Speak and make thine intent known. I would speak of fate, Archon. Yours, mine, the fate of this very star.
Thou thinkest sanctuary lieth beyond. Delusion, despair, death. Thou shalt find naught else here.
To preserve the dawn's light, the heroes journeyed north. Their hearts filled with hope, and eyes fixed heavensward. My left arm. Oh, you ho! Fucking. I definitely didn't notice that the first playthrough.
No matter how long it takes, I have faith we will find the others. With Lady Yugiri Shinobi, Oriange's intelligence, and my versatility, there's nothing we cannot do.
Coming to Ishgard. The time for action has come, and Alphino knows what he must do.
The dawn's light will shine again. So long as we have these specious accusations hanging over us, we will struggle to achieve anything.
Welcome to Alphino's new voice actor!
You must go to Ishgard, as Tataru proposed. I will return to Uldar and set things right.
Pray, do not be so hasty, Master Alphino.
Lord Orchefon.
Full well do I understand your desire to clear your names. But now is not the time for drastic action. You yet have allies upon whom you can rely. There is no need to act alone.
Yes. Yes, of course. Pray forgive my impatience.
I bring tidings. Count Edmont has decreed that the three of you be taken in as wards of House Fortan. Under our patronage, you shall be granted access to the city proper. Pray, consider our manor your new headquarters, from which you may gather information and plan how best to proceed. Needless to say, should any of your missing allies be found, as I am certain they shall, they will of course be welcome to join you there.
Hi, Acer, welcome back! You might be in time to hear Alphino's new voice actor.
You are more than generous, my friend. On behalf of my fellows, I humbly accept your offer of hospitality.
The Count is a good man and just. He will treat you with the kindness and respect that a hero and dear friend deserves.
To Ishgard, then. Together. There we shall carry on the Scion's legacy. There we shall begin anew.
Pippin is an excellent being, and he's working hard in to try to get his dad out. A series of unfortunate events joke. Yeah, no, that's so real.
Here!
They say the winds can be rather fierce on the steps of faith. Be sure to wrap up before we go.
Not all circumstances under which I'd hoped to... Not at all the circumstances under which I had hoped to visit Ishgard for the first time, but so be it. I must go on ahead and speak with the Count. Fear not, however, for everything has been arranged. The sentries at the gates of judgment have been informed of our decision. You need but state your name, and they will allow you to pass. My manservant shall be waiting for you at the city gates, ready to escort you to our manor, where we shall meet again. Until then. I actually think this might be where I end it for tonight, because I know this is a short stream, but I'm kind of worn out from this week at work, And also, if I get started, I know myself. If I get started on this, I'm going to want to keep going. And I don't have the energy for that. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed, you know, a lot of terrible things happening to our favorite beans. It's the end of one era and the beginning of another. Thank you guys for joining me tonight. This was fun. Thank you, Naracon. Now, who do we want to go ahead and say goodbye to? Final Fantasy the Red Wedding. I mean, you're not wrong. Who do you want to go ahead and send it over to tonight? We've got a lot of people streaming, of course, because it's a Friday night. Twilight Deku Saria is doing some Kazooie with Z. Orin Aloy are doing Terraria. Luna is doing Kirby Air Riders with a bunch of folks. Crossing Fate is doing some Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. Selwyn's doing The Dark Eye. Red Chili Pepper's doing Monster Hunter Wilds. Zinni is doing some Pokemon Heart Gold. And GK is doing Sonic Riders. Terraria? Yeah, we haven't rated Orin Aloy for a really long time. You can go ahead and do that. So this is my last stream for the week. I'm taking off this weekend because I want to get a bunch of real life chores done. But I will have my new schedule out on Sunday. But yeah, guys, thank you again for joining me tonight. This was a ton of fun, and I look forward to moving forward with Heavensward next time. But take care, stay safe, and until we talk again, have a good one. Now let's go say hi to Orin Aloy.